Ugh. Meghan Markle aging very badly. Ugh.
Meghan Markle's face doesn't look like Meghan Markle anymore. Leaked photos from Montecito this week have plastic surgeons saying what everyone's thinking. She looks gaunt, hollow, and completely different. What experts are revealing about Ozempic and botched procedures is shocking. This is what really happened to her face. The pictures don't lie. And this week, rare unfiltered photos of Meghan Markle surfaced that have plastic surgeons on both sides of the Atlantic weighing in with shocking revelations. We're talking about images that show a dramatically different face from the polished perfection we usually see on her carefully curated Instagram feed. The Duchess of Sussex has always controlled her image with precision, but these candid shots reveal what appears to be the harsh reality of extreme weight loss combined with possible cosmetic procedures gone wrong. And according to multiple medical experts who've analyzed these photos, Meghan's pursuit of eternal youth may have backfired in ways she never anticipated. Let's start with what actually happened.
So I would say a well-done rhinoplasty. I would say a little tweak to the lip, and her vermilion border here looks good. It looks quite sharp. But I want to show you this movement video. Watch her smile in this clip of video. When she smiles, she loses lateral volume.
Meghan attended a private charity event in Montecito last month, and unlike her usual appearances where photographers are carefully positioned and lighting is controlled, someone captured her in natural daylight from an unflattering angle. The photos were initially shared on a small Instagram account before going viral across royal watching communities. Within 48 hours, the images had been analyzed by cosmetic surgeons, dermatologists, and body language experts. And what they found was startling. Dr. Richard Westreich, a facial plastic surgeon based in New York with over 25 years of experience, didn't mince words when he examined the photographs. He pointed out what he described as clear signs of aggressive weight loss combined with facial procedures that hadn't settled properly. The hollowing around Meghan's temples, the gauntness in her cheeks, and the almost skeletal appearance of her jawline all pointed to rapid fat loss that her skin hadn't adapted to. But it wasn't just the weight loss.
In 2005, at the age of 24, Meghan has a rounded hairline. She also has arched brows. Meghan has a strong cheekbone and jaw structure, giving her that heart-shaped face. She also has sharp Cupid's bow definition.
Dr. Westreich noted that the skin texture appeared unnaturally tight in certain areas while sagging in others, suggesting a combination of injectables, possible thread lifts, and what he suspects might be overuse of weight loss medications. The Ozempic theory started gaining traction almost immediately. For those who don't know, Ozempic is a diabetes medication that's become Hollywood's worst-kept secret for rapid weight loss. Celebrities have been using it off-label to shed pounds quickly, but the side effects can be brutal. We're talking about what's now being called Ozempic face, a condition where rapid weight loss causes facial fat to disappear, leaving behind hollow cheeks, sunken eyes, and an aged, deflated appearance. And when you compare recent photos of Meghan to images from just 2 years ago, the difference is stark. Dr. Jennifer Levine, a plastic surgeon practicing in Beverly Hills, provided her own analysis for a celebrity news outlet. She suggested that Meghan's face shows classic signs of someone who's lost a significant amount of weight very quickly, possibly 20 to 30 pounds based on the facial changes alone.
Did Meghan Markle get some sort of nose job or plastic surgery? That is a question I have been asking myself after people started to point out that, hey, her nose looks a bit different in her birthday picture.
But here's where it gets more complicated. Dr. Levine believes Meghan may have been trying to combat the hollowing effects with fillers, but when you're losing weight that rapidly, fillers can migrate or create an uneven appearance. The result, according to Dr. Levine, is a face that looks simultaneously overdone and underfed. The timeline is important here. If you look at Meghan's appearance at the Invictus Games in September, she looked healthy, maybe even slightly fuller in the face than usual. Fast forward just 4 months, and the woman in these candid Montecito photos looks like she's dropped significant weight. That kind of transformation doesn't happen through diet and exercise alone, especially not at age 43. Multiple sources close to Meghan, speaking anonymously to various tabloids, have suggested she felt enormous pressure to look camera-ready for what she hoped would be a triumphant return to public life after the relative quiet of 2023.
People think I've had so much work done on my face. Truth be told, my features just changed as I got older. I lost all that baby fat, and as a result, I was left with a very chiseled nose, a lip lift, a brow lift, and the gap between my teeth.
But here's what makes this story particularly sad. Meghan has always been beautiful. Even her harshest critics never questioned her looks. So why the apparent desperation to change her appearance so dramatically? Some royal watchers believe it stems from her ongoing battle for relevance. Without the royal platform, Meghan has struggled to maintain the level of attention she once commanded. Her podcast was cancelled. Her Netflix content has underperformed. And at an age when Hollywood traditionally discards women, she may have felt that looking younger, thinner, and more sculpted was her only path back to the spotlight. The photos also show something else that experts found concerning. Meghan's skin, which has always been praised for its glow, appears dull and almost papery in texture in these unfiltered shots.
As a teenager, you can see that Meghan has a great curl to her hair. She has a youthful infrabrow fullness. She has a flatter nasal bridge, a broad nasal base, and some tip bulbosity. At the age of 24, Meghan has a rounded hairline.
Dr. Michael Saltzauer, known as Dr. Miami on social media, suggested this could be a side effect of dehydration commonly seen in people using GLP-1 medications like Ozempic or Wegovy. These drugs suppress appetite so effectively that users often forget to eat or drink adequate amounts, leading to a drawn, exhausted appearance that no amount of expensive skincare can fix. What's really struck observers is how different Meghan looks compared to other women her age who've aged naturally. Look at Kate Middleton, who's roughly the same age. Kate's face has matured gracefully, with natural lines that show expression and life. Or compare Meghan to women like Jennifer Garner or Reese Witherspoon, celebrities in their 40s who've been open about minimal intervention approaches to aging. The contrast is stark.
Like everyone, most people in my world get Botox or Botox-like products or neuromodulator, but she hasn't had much of anything else done, and of course her teeth.
Meghan's face in these photos looks almost mask-like in certain angles, with that telltale smoothness that comes from too much Botox combined with the hollowness that comes from dramatic weight loss. The public reaction has been mixed. Meghan's defenders argue that she's being held to impossible beauty standards and that scrutinizing anyone's appearance this intensely is cruel. And they have a point. The constant pressure on women in the public eye to look perpetually young and perfect is genuinely toxic. But critics counter that Meghan has built her brand partially on wellness and self-care, promoting expensive products and lifestyle advice while apparently struggling with her own relationship to aging and body image. The hypocrisy, they argue, is what makes this newsworthy. There's also the question of what message this sends. Meghan has positioned herself as a feminist icon, someone who speaks out about unrealistic beauty standards and the objectification of women. Yet these photos suggest someone who may have gone to extreme lengths to conform to those very standards. It's a contradiction that hasn't been lost on observers. One royal commentator noted that if Meghan is indeed using weight loss drugs and having extensive cosmetic work done, it undermines much of what she claims to stand for publicly. Behind the scenes, sources say Meghan was devastated when these photos went viral. Unlike the controlled images she typically releases through her spokesperson or favored photographers, these candid shots showed her in harsh, unforgiving light. Friends of the Duchess, speaking to various outlets, insist she's never used Ozempic and that any weight loss is due to stress and clean eating. But those denials have done little to quiet the speculation, especially given how dramatically her appearance has changed in such a short period. The timing couldn't be worse for Meghan. She's reportedly working on relaunching her lifestyle brand and has been in talks for new television projects. In an industry where appearance matters enormously, especially for women over 40, these unflattering photos could impact how she's perceived by potential business partners and audiences. Hollywood is notoriously shallow, and the whispers about Ozempic use and bad plastic surgery can be career killers.
2012, at the age of 31, I'm seeing some signs of a potential alarplasty with possibly a nasal tip rhinoplasty. In 2019, at the age of 38, the lateral brow is starting to descend.
What's perhaps most telling is that Meghan hasn't addressed the photos directly. Her usual strategy when faced with criticism is to either ignore it completely or respond through carefully worded statements from her PR team. But the silence on this issue has been notable. Some interpret it as confirmation that the speculation has hit too close to home. Others believe she's simply choosing not to dignify the criticism with a response, waiting for the news cycle to move on. Plastic surgeons who followed Meghan's changing appearance over the years point out that this isn't the first time her look has sparked debate. Her nose appears to have been refined at some point, likely before her royal wedding. Her teeth were clearly veneered, and many believe she's had an upper blepharoplasty to lift her eyelids. None of that is particularly scandalous in Hollywood or even in royal circles. But the recent changes are different in both degree and result. This isn't subtle enhancement. It's a face that looks like it's been through something traumatic. The sad reality is that Meghan Markle, a woman who once seemed so confident and self-assured, appears to have fallen into the same trap that's caught countless other celebrities. The pursuit of eternal youth through medical intervention rarely ends well, especially when combined with the kind of rapid weight loss that Ozempic and similar drugs enable. And for someone as image-conscious as Meghan, having unflattering photos circulate that she can't control must be her worst nightmare. As of now, neither Meghan nor her representatives have commented on the photos or the speculation about her appearance. The images remain online, being analyzed and discussed across social media platforms and celebrity gossip sites. Whether she addresses this directly or simply moves forward hoping people forget remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. These photos have changed the conversation around Meghan Markle's image in ways that careful PR management might not be able to fix. What do you think about these revelations? Has Meghan gone too far in her quest to stay young and relevant? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more royal family updates and celebrity news. We'll keep you posted on how this story develops and whether Meghan or her team finally breaks their silence on what really happened to her face.